I was just going around the gym and I said, hey guys, we are starting this brand called Yummy Bros. And then our friends were just teasing, what's that, gay porn? Like, no,
I think the name, I read something, I think the name will give like a second innuendo, second meaning to it. Like that.
Yeah. I mean, people are just teasing, people are just having fun.
Right.
Hi, my name is Gerald, and I have what it takes to start a meal prep brand in Singapore.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of What It Takes, where we interview everyday Singaporeans who have what it takes to start something of their own. In today's episode, we have Gerald. Now, Gerald is one of the co-founders and currently serving as Yummy Bros Chief Executive Officer. Started back in 2018, Yummy Bros has been in business for close to a decade. In the company's first 3 years, Yummy Bros has achieved 7-figure annual sales and has managed to grow over 400% in revenue since then. Taking pride in their healthy brand as well as their promotion of healthy eating, they have went on to deliver more than 1.2 million meals prepped and continue to be a key healthy meal provider option for athletes and also citizens nationwide. How's the introduction to that one? Is it okay?
Good. Yeah. Okay. It's accurate.
Thank you, Gerald. Firstly, thank you so much for being here. I think it's an honor for us, for you to give us the opportunity to interview somebody like yourself. I think the first question that everybody wants to know here is, can you bring us through the story of how Yummy Bros actually started? What sparked that idea for you to actually come out and do something for yourself?
So it was a combination of friendship, brotherhood, and also trying to solve something that we internally wanted for ourselves. And we also were in a bit of like a survival mode because financially, me and my first co-founder, we were not doing so well. So we just wanted to create something that has all these three things. We do something as brothers, we solve a problem that we currently have, and maybe build a living along the way. So that was how it started. Over a beer.
Nice. I mean, okay, because I believe when you're starting off to find like a problem you want to solve, right? There's a lot of problems in the world that you actually want to solve. But why do you choose to focus on this particular industry?
It's because the two of us, so maybe I introduce my co-founder first, the co-founder number one. His name is Anson. So Anson and I, we are gym rats. We like to go to the gym. Then when you go to the gym, you not just lift weights, you also have to eat properly. It's the eating part that is very troublesome. Having to cook the chicken breast, cook the brown rice. Then whether you can make it nice or not is another story. So because we found it so troublesome to cook, right, we knew that other people might also be facing this problem. So that's why we chose to do this meal prep industry.
I see.
Actually, I must admit, in the beginning, we didn't even knew that it was called meal prep.
So what do you thought it was when you had to eat healthy, when you started eating healthy?
Okay, so actually we discovered that it was called meal prep only after we got our third co-founder in.
Right.
Okay, so the next co-founder's name is Ben.
Right.
So that's myself, Anson, and Ben. Initially, the idea was to actually get customers to place orders and have them collect the orders wherever they were gymming. So it was quite clear from the beginning, right, that we want to target people that are gymming only. So you come to our website, you order already, then the order will be delivered to the gym. It will be frozen. You can just collect it at wherever you are gymming. So that was actually the first model, and I would say the first mistake that we made, because we cannot scale. We cannot reach out to as many people as possible, because if it's just that one particular gym and starting out as just the three of us, right? There's only so many customers in the gym. That was when we pivoted to you order online, then we deliver straight to your doorstep.
I see. So when you first started Yummy Bros, right? Can I assume this was not how you envisioned it to be at first?
Okay. Totally. We didn't expect ourselves to be delivering frozen food to our customers' doorstep.
So when you first started, did you all know that you are going to be helping your customers meal prep? So you'll be preparing actually like a week worth of food for them already.
We thought that it was just one meal only, because the idea was you finish gymming, right? Then you go and collect this meal from somewhere near the gym. Then maybe you go home and microwave it, or if you want it warm, we can have, one set is cold one set is warm one, then you eat on the spot lah. That was the initial unpolished idea.
Okay.
Yeah, totally not meal prep.
Yeah. Yeah. So, how long did that go on for before you all think actually this one meal per customer is not enough? You all have to transition into like a week worth of food at least for them.
Oh, that didn't last very long. So Ben, the next co-founder that joined us, right? He came on board only like 1 or 2 months after we got started only. Yeah, because he was quite interested in what we were doing and he wanted to be part of it.
He was a gym rat with you as well.
Correct. We all gym in the same gym.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the Active SG at Jurong East.
Okay.
You know, that's the swimming complex at one. Yeah, so we met there and we've been friends for the longest time.
You all met through gymming.
Correct.
So yeah, okay.
We met at the gym.
Right.
And we got to know each other because the gym is quite small.
Yeah.
So if there's not enough equipment, then we have to share. Yeah, last time we only had, I think, 1 squat rack. Yeah, so if all of us coincidentally was having leg day that day, right, then we would all share. So that's how we make friends in the gym. Yeah, and Anson and Ben were there.
Right. So when you first approached Anson, the idea that you want to start, I think, Yummy Bros, right?
Yeah.
I guess this is not even the brand name back then.
Yeah,
but when you first approached him with the idea, how did he seem of the idea? Because I'm guessing, like what you told me earlier, he was a cook at first for Yummy Bros.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about the idea?
Okay, maybe I thought about how we eventually came about to formulate an idea. It was really by chance. I was having a bad time because I was trying to start another startup that failed. We managed to raise quite a lot of money, about 140,000, but we lost everything of it and I was like trying to figure out what's my next move in life. For him, he was working in the job that he was not very happy with also. Yeah, so we figured 2 miserable guys, let's just go and grab a drink. Yeah, then it was just playing with ideas of what we're going to do next in our individual lives. That we came up with this idea and said,
over a drink,
Yeah, it was over beer, man. Okay. I still remember the place called Tipsy Bunny.
Okay.
Yeah, at Jam. Yeah. So we were like, hey, what if we do food? Because I mean, I got some business background. You know how to cook, and I think this preparing of our own meals, right, is something that's very, very troublesome. If we are facing this, right, other people would also be having this problem. And I believe that people will be willing to pay for the convenience of having a meal that's ready for you to just eat like that, and it meets all your nutritional requirements and everything. Yeah. So he was like, try lor. So okay, we need to think of a name. What shall we call this? I think you should have bros in the name because we are just some gym bros wanting to do a business together. Then he said, then you just call it Yummy Bros because food Then I was like, okay, as simple as it sounds, we went to GoDaddy, the domain was available, then we just bought it straight away. And I'm the kind of person that if I have an idea, I'll be very excited. I just want to get it started. Yeah, so he's more chill and so it's more chill kind. So I just went about to do the planning how we'll do this, and that was how the idea of we cook, then customers order on a website, then they collect from the gym. That was the initial very unpolished concept Then he will go and figure out how to come up with the first few packets of meals So about 3 months later, we got the website up, we got the first few meals up, and then Ben was the first customer.
So you sold to him straight away back then?
Yeah, we actually...
You approached you all first? Or you said, this is the person we want to sell to first, and then you all give it to him to try?
We were just in the gym. When you start out a new idea, you want to make sure that actually people are willing to pay for this first before you invest more time and effort into it.
Correct.
Like I think that's how to manage our risk. Yeah. So I was just going around the gym and I said, hey guys, we are starting this brand called Yummy Bros. And then our friends were just teasing, what's that, gay porn? Like, no,
I think the name, I bet something. I think the name will give like a second innuendo, second meaning to it.
Yeah. I mean, people were just teasing, people were just having fun.
Right.
Yeah, so Ben was actually the first few guys that we shared this idea with, and he was like, hey, this one interesting. Okay, I want to try the food. Yeah, so after he tried the food already, then he was like, hey, I think this one good idea. I want to join as a business partner. And because he had finance background, I thought, that's perfect. Because while I also did study business in school, I want to focus on the marketing, the branding. How do we formulate the business model. How do we improve this, improve that?
Yep.
And next time I would want to take care of hiring, want to lead a team and things like that. So it was perfect that Ben came on board to take care of the finances part of the company.
That's nice. What was the very first thing you did when you decided to turn this idea into a real business? Did you cook with Anson back then at the start? Or because I would assume that you have a previous job, and then after that you have this idea. What was the very first thing that you did, if you remember?
Okay, so first thing actually was to buy the domain.
Yep.
Yeah. Then after that, I actually started to build the website first. Yeah. Then Anson was figuring out all the recipes, how to cook, how to pack the thing, what kind of things we should offer.
Yep.
Yeah. So because the key thing is the operations, how the meals are being prepared, cooked and packed. This one you cannot do it alone. So myself and then subsequently Ben, right, we will come and assist him, but we will do all the like sous chef kind of work Yeah, like maybe if you need help to cut this, cut that, we will do it. Need to peel carrot, we will do it. Need to wash this, we will do it. But we have always left all the culinary things to him
because he had the expertise in the cooking.
Yeah. So I would say that he also learned very fast. And he learned through the different mistakes that he made. I also learned through the different mistakes that I made. And that was what accelerated our learning. And we were quite fast. The idea was like formulated in somewhere in December. So that was where we had the beer. In April, we actually sold the first meal already.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so maybe because we were a bit desperate also. I was actually quite broke already.
Okay.
I was 30 years old.
Push you to actually go and try to get it done.
Yeah.
Okay. That's through the process of how you create your food menu. I think, judging by your website now, you have things like chicken bulgogi, to your own version of kolomi, to tandoori chicken, right? So what actually inspired you all to actually focus on Asian cuisines and create this menu? At the start, was it also the same kind of flavors and menu?
Okay, the methodology of how we decide what goes on the menu now evolves along the years, but the central theme is still the same. We want to focus on Asian cuisine because we are Asian. I mean, we try our best to put ourselves in our customer's shoe. As an Asian person, Singaporean, what do I want to eat? I want to eat the things that
Asian food
I'm familiar with. That's why I got kolomi. That's why I got tandoori chicken. We are actually doing a Hainanese chicken rice now.
Testing out the
R&Ding.
Right.
Salted egg chicken, all these. Because we like. So we want to do things that our customers are familiar with already.
But it's definitely a challenge because things like tandoori chicken or maybe salted egg chicken, if you ask me, they are local delights, yes, but are they necessarily the healthiest meal option out there? It's not, right? So how do you then balance between nutritional value as well as being true to the authentic taste?
So this one, Anson is very innovative He identified, right? Just to share one example he identified that a good replacement for butter is cream cheese. So cream cheese actually has got half the number of fats compared to butter if you compare gram for gram. So this also meant half the amount of calories.
Right.
So when you take a recipe and then you replace it with healthier ingredients like this, right? That actually makes the taste very, very similar to the original.
So it tastes similar to... Okay.
So it is through this kind of innovative replacement of ingredients, controlling the portion size, that how we make it more healthy, more calorie control.
Healthy eating to everyone means very different things, right? Maybe healthy to me, maybe healthy to different people, right? So how do you then, when you're creating your menu for Yummy Bros, right? How do you balance, putting in the necessary nutritional values inside the meal, plus, giving the customers the exact taste that they want? Is it a very hard process to actually balance both, or do you find yourself sometimes you need to kind of forego one in order to achieve the other?
Actually, that's a very good question. What I would say is that everything boils back down, right, to what we believe healthy eating is.
Correct.
Yeah, so our concept of healthy eating, right, is controlled portioning.
Okay.
Yeah, so if let's say you talk about weight loss, how does one lose weight? There are a lot of different diets. There's a lot of different teachings out there lah. But what we try and do, right, is to be compliant to what is the fundamentals of how the body works.
Right.
If you consume lesser calories than what you use, right, you will lose weight.
Correct.
If you consume more calories than what you use, you will gain muscle lah.
Correct.
Okay, we don't say gain weight, we say gain muscle.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why we make our meals customizable.
Okay.
Let's say, for example, this particular item that we have on the menu, right, requires a little bit more oil to use.
Yep.
I think it is fine because our main value proposition is our customizable menu.
Right.
So you start by selecting what is your main protein that you want first.
Yep.
Okay, maybe the salted egg chicken.
Yep.
You can choose, right, how much chicken you want. You can choose what carbs you want to go along with it.
Right.
Is
So
it
rice,
brown rice? Yeah.
pasta,
Or you want sweet potato. You can even choose that portion sizing.
Yep.
Then, okay, because I'm a picky eater, right, I wanted the vegetables to be, you can choose one. Whether you want broccoli or carrot or sambal long beans or whatever, you can choose.
Right.
Yeah. So whatever that you select, right, the nutritional value of that meal will be automatically calculated, displayed at the bottom of the website.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So this is what we mean by control. You anybody can order our meals. You just have to select based on what your needs are.
Right. I see. Okay. I think one unique factor of Yummy Bros is actually that it runs on a pre-order model instead of, I think most others run a subscription model. Was there a specific reason why you chose to run a pre-order instead of a subscription? Or do you first start off with subscription, then you decide to turn it into a pre-order model?
Oh, we have always been on pre-order.
Pre-order, okay. So what made you choose the pre-order thing?
See, when because we don't like to waste food. We don't like to waste ingredients. I mean, it's not just to save money, but I think environmentally and ethically, we buy 100 kilograms of chicken breast, right? We must make sure that we use up the 100 kilograms of chicken breast.
Yeah.
So a pre-order model helps us to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is our internal reason why. Externally, we don't want to have subscription also because our mission is to make dieting enjoyable. So I don't want to force you to every week must receive my meals. Yeah, I want you to, when you feel like it, right, then you go to yummybros.com.
Yeah.
You add whatever that you want to your cart.
Yep.
Check out, then we deliver to you.
I see.
Yeah, we don't want to financially tie you down.
Yeah.
Like that, not enjoyable anymore.
So you don't even consider the subscription model at the start, like you already know, or you yourself already know you want the pre-order model instead.
Initially, we were very firm on this lah.
Right.
But we have had customers that ask, hey, can you make the reordering automatic or not? So basically, they are implying that they want a subscription model.
Basically, so they want to like, okay, if I order this once, I may tend to want the same thing for next week and the week after.
Correct.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So we are actually building this in the background.
Right.
Yeah, but we don't want to go all heavy on promoting it because it then goes against what we actually trying to achieve in the first place.
To make healthy thing enjoyable and not force you to buy Yummy Bros all the time.
Correct.
Yes. Okay, nice. Okay. Previously you mentioned healthy eating is actually difficult for some people. And for example, they always have to eat the same chicken breast and broccoli every single day. I think one of the questions that I want to ask is, as somebody who's a gym rat who focus on healthy eating, right? Why do you think some people out there actually struggle to stay healthy on their own? And how does Yummy Bros then step in to actually solve that problem for them?
I think as a nation, right, we are very, very busy people.
Singapore.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, I look at it and sometimes I feel like, can Singaporeans really have like true mindfulness and peace? Yeah, it's very difficult. Yeah. And it is of no fault of anybody.
Okay.
it's a natural disaster, right?
Right.
Yeah, like I mean, other countries they have got things like earthquakes and typhoons.
Which thankfully
We don't have.
We don't
but
have.
I would say that our natural disaster is a lack of resources, lack of natural resources. So our only resource is our human resource lah. And I think that's why Singaporeans in general worked very hard. Yeah, and we all have a lot of aspirations. So because of this, right, there is less mental capacity for like self-love, take care of yourself. And how we come in and assist with that, right, is that with Yummy Bros, you don't have to think so much. You don't have to cook.
Right.
You don't have to go grocery shopping.
Yep.
You just have to take out a meal, put it into the microwave, eat already, then you recycle the bento box.
Right.
Yeah. So
just one thing, because I think the meal you provide is also the recyclable material lah.
The biodegradable meal box. Yeah. So that is how we see ourselves in the lives of Singaporeans, or trying to take away all this hassle. Because I don't think there's really anything that can be done about how busy Singaporeans are. Yeah, we are all brought up to work hard lah.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's the society and relations like that lah.
Yeah, so we just want to be there to help in this particular aspect.
Right. I think another question that we want to ask, or I think the interviewers would like, the people would like to know, right, is that every entrepreneur, if they say that they never had a down period or never had a challenge in their career, I think it's most likely a lie. So, in your opinion, or in your journey as a co-founder of Yummy Bros, right, are you able to tell us about a time when your business was actually met with a challenge, and how do you go about solving that challenge that happened?
So when we wanted to get started, we did it from Anson's home.
Right.
Cook from home. So it was legal under the HDB home-based business scheme. Yeah, but there were many rules. For example, you cannot run advertisements, whether it is offline or online. And being in the confines of a home, right, also meant that it's hard for us to scale. Yeah, there's only that number of orders that we can prepare from a home and with limited manpower, you know. Yeah, so we did this for a year, and it reached a point where I asked ourselves like, what's going to happen from now on?
Yeah.
Is it we are going to operate as a home-based business for the rest of our lives? Yeah, is this something that we want?
Yeah.
And we realized that the answer was no lah. So that was a very critical point, because it's either we put an end to it now, right? Then we can at least go, find a job or do something else, right? That has more freedom and more scale for us lah. Yeah. Or we find a way to expand our business.
Right.
Yeah, and we did think about getting our own central kitchen, buy our own equipment, hire people and all this, but this required investment.
Capital money.
Yeah, so we had to go out there. We had to go out there and find people to invest in the company and all. And I realized that I don't have the time for that, because I was already 31 years old. Yeah, and I needed to build my life also lah. I proposed to my wife already, needed to get married and all these kind of things, and eventually buy a home. If we were to go the fundraising route, there was a lot of uncertainty lah. I don't know whether it will work or not, and when will this be profitable?
Right.
Yeah, because we do the numbers and it's like, wow, very scary, the kind of scale that you need.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say that was really a challenging time for us.
Right. So you did it out of your friend's home kitchen for about a year. How do you manage to, in a way, survive in the year when every cooking goes through that kitchen? Were you able to fulfill all your customers' orders on time through the home-based model?
So
everybody was cooking back then. You, Ben,
me. We help Anson. Anson is the main guy that's cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we
shag for Anson.
Very shag. Yeah. So we help him to prepare the ingredients.
Yeah.
There were also some other people externally that were helping us lah. Yeah.
Friends, families, or
friends and family.
Right.
It's like a whole village of people helping us out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which we are very grateful for lah. Yeah. So how we did it was we worked many hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why I said that we cannot go on like that. Yeah. 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. Cannot. We did everything.
Yeah.
Customer service. Then you must do some marketing that was legal within the home-based business scheme.
Which is difficult because I think when I mentioned earlier that you all were not allowed to advertise your home-based business, then how do you advertise from the start? Word of mouth?
Word of mouth, digitally reach out to people on Instagram.
That's okay. That's within the rules of
I would say that it's a bit grey lah.
Is that Cambola?
Can. I mean, back then when you are desperate, you will try things lor.
Definitely, yeah.
I mean, you will also check is this legal or not, or is this grey area? If it's grey area, are we going overboard or not? Yeah. So things like that we have to be careful lah. But I've always dreamt, right? Back then I dreamt of like I just wanna do proper marketing things. You know, I just wanna launch advertisements, creative advertisements to talk about our brand and what we have to offer. Without worrying about these kind of things.
Yeah.
So that was how we survived the 1 year long. Work hard. Take on risks.
I see. Then, moving from a home-based kitchen to, I guess, you move on to a central kitchen model that you get in the end, like a bigger place for you to cook the meals, right? It's a very huge jump. Can you bring us through the process of how do you source for that central kitchen once you decided that the home-based kitchen was not enough anymore?
So I had a very good friend who runs a blog shop business. He gave me the idea of outsourcing. Because for blog shops, they actually outsource the production of their products as well. They get somebody in China to manufacture the dresses and all.
Right.
So he asked me the simple question of like, why can't Yummy Bros also outsource? Maybe not overseas, but locally. So that was where we got the idea to approach caterers. See if there were caterers, right, who had spare capacity. They wanted to maximize the use of their facility and manpower. We cut them a deal. Say, okay, for how many meals that we prepare, we will pay you how much.
Certain commission or whatnot. The structure is decided between you and the caterer.
Correct. So this kind of partnership was very instant in helping us to become legitimate. Because we can say that it's like we are a dropshipping company. Like my job is to build awareness, attract customers, and eventually the orders. And then the orders are fulfilled by a legitimate central kitchen catering company. And they are delivered straight to the customer. Customers,
by the catering company, they'll just deliver straight to.
It was another logistics company that will do the delivery for us.
Okay. So did you all had to teach your recipes and whatnot to the catering company for them to fulfill these orders, or was your co-founder there to cook as well?
Anson was there to instruct their chefs how to cook the things that was on our menu.
Okay. I think then again, not everybody get to see this change from home-based kitchen to central kitchen. And I guess when you made the shift, not a lot of your customers know that you shift out as well. It was more of an internal change that you choose to take on.
I think the customers noticed the increase in the quality.
Okay.
And they also noticed that we could take in more orders. Because previously
you had to say cannot.
We had to cut off the pre-orders early. But this time when we moved to a central kitchen, we didn't have to.
I see. That's good then that you don't have to do that. But was it a smooth transition from home-based to central kitchen, or was there things that pop up along the way that you all didn't really notice at first, but then in the end it kind of give you some trouble, I would say?
Not say trouble, more of like small little inconveniences and mistakes that help us to learn. So it's not just the operational part of things, it's also what is a fair pricing to our central kitchen partner. How frequently should they bill us, because we have to take care of cash flow also.
Correct.
And if let's say there is an issue whereby there's not enough manpower at the central kitchen, because our orders were growing aggressively once we made that switch. Then how do we find manpower? Who's going to find this manpower? Who should pay for it? Because earlier on we were very inexperienced. We have never run a central kitchen before. And this particular caterer that we work with has never done an online meal prep project before. So there was a lot of discovery going on.
Correct. So even like, how the central kitchen get the order online is something that y'all will have to kind of figure out between how to liaise with them as well.
Yes.
This was one of the, I would say, a problem that you had to solve back then.
Oh yeah, actually this is a very good point that you brought up. Is because if you don't have a seamless and automatic way of getting the orders to the central kitchen, right? Then it's very hard to grow.
Yeah.
You won't be, if you're bogged down in the administration, or like, this customer order what then you need to enter this in if all these are so manual you won't dare to go and aggressively market. So that is very important to have seamless integration from the point of sale to the operation
system. Okay, nice. I think one of the I wouldn't say downside, but one of the challenges as a co-founder or somebody who's starting a business from scratch, right, is that there will be times where you're not just the co-founder, but you're also like the social media marketer, you are the finance person, you are the business development person. How do you navigate then? I mean, because one person cannot do everything. So back then when you started, I would also assume maybe your expertise only lie in one area, right? So how do you then, even though you lack expertise in different areas, right, you still went out to go and do all these things because you have to. Was it a challenging thing for you back then?
Okay, so where I think I am quite lucky, right, is that as an individual, I'm pretty much a jack of all trades,
right?
Yeah, but I would not say that I excel in any particular field. What I can do is to learn something relatively fast, right, reasonably well, and then I can apply it. And also, right, because I have Anson to take care of the kitchen operations, I have Ben to take care of finances and delivery operations, I don't have to spread myself so thin. Then maybe another motivating factor is that we have always been in survival mode, or rather myself I've always had this survival mode thinking, which is what thing must be done, I must do quickly, so that I can move on to the next thing, get that done quickly, move on to the next thing, like basically trying to keep everything together. I guess that was what contributed. But after a certain point of time, it is very important to tune out from survival mode. Because the company is no longer in survival mode. So if the company is not in survival mode, but the founder mindset is still in survival mode, cannot grow.
Right. Okay. Starting out in this industry or starting our own business actually wasn't very easy. And given your background, I think in sports and wellness management, I'm sure that translates quite well for the business in general. Can you talk about how else do you actually learn about the business along the way? And I'm thinking more like, do you have a mentor to guide you in starting this business, or was it more, I will go and find out myself in YouTube, on Google? How do you learn about the business as you grow your business?
Okay, so I would say that I learned about entrepreneurship through failure. Yeah. So
talk about your past startups and whatnot. Right. Okay.
So actually, before Yummy Bros, I had 2 other startups.
Okay.
Yeah. One was e-learning.
Okay.
The other one was online media, like a sort of content website trying to generate revenue through advertising kind. Yeah. So
paid advertising. So it's like some client can use this to pay
something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Like they sponsor content.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I feel that my failures in these 2 actually helped me a lot in Yummy Bros Yeah. And it's quite funny because when Yummy Bros started to become viable, then I would actually at points of time tell myself, okay, this is somewhere I've never been before. Yeah, but managed to get here because of the past 2 failures.
Yeah. Was there a lesson that you can think of, right, that probably happened to your first 2 businesses that you actually learned from that and applied it the right way to Yummy Bros? Okay,
very briefly, the e-learning failure taught me that if I want to start a business, the business must be able to address a big enough problem.
Okay.
Enough people must have this problem, they must be willing to pay for it, and it must be a real issue to them, a real problem.
So the e-learning you think back then wasn't a real issue?
It was a real issue, but the size of the market
wasn't
not big
big enough. I see.
Then the media platform one,
Yeah.
it taught me that I must do something that is really close to my heart.
Right.
Something that I have true love and passion for. Yeah, which is health, fitness, nutrition. Because that media platform was in something else that actually I was not really interested in.
I see. I mean, that's important also because I feel, correct me if I'm wrong, if you start a business in something that you have no passion for, right, it's very easy for you to lose the motivation and as well as the passion to go and build this thing. If let's say in the beginning, you don't really like have a passion for it in the first place lah.
I think for me, even if it's something I don't like, right, I will still chiong lah. I feel that it's important to have passion and love for the thing, right? Because then you become a subject matter, like a, not say expert lah, but you know enough about the thing to actually do the thing. Yeah. Compared to, actually you don't really like the thing, but you still want to chiong, right? You do not know which direction to bash to.
That's true.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Now, if you had to pick one personality trait for yourself, right, that has kept you going through the hardest months as an entrepreneur or as somebody who wants to start a business, what do you think that personality trait would be?
Don't like to give up.
Okay.
Yeah, because okay, I must say that when you fail or when you make mistakes, like even now, right, it can be very embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I find that giving up, right, throwing in a towel is more embarrassing than making the mistakes.
Correct.
Yeah, so maybe you can say I a bit don't want to paiseh lah. Yeah, I don't like to give up.
Yeah. No, okay, but then again, it's very hard for people to draw the line between whether or not this is the right time to give up or not. So for example, you mentioned that you have 2 other businesses that didn't go as planned, right? So bringing back your previous experiences, how do you know that it was time for you to actually move on from that to the next opportunity as compared to, as what I said, you were just giving up on the opportunity?
Oh.
Yeah. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say. And it's interesting. Okay, maybe when I say don't give up, right, it doesn't mean that you keep on doing the same thing again and again and again. You keep on going back to the same strategy. I can say that I keep on going back to entrepreneurship, but I don't keep on doing back the same thing.
Right.
Yeah, so you have to adjust.
Right.
Yeah, so like for example, the first startup that I failed, right, addressable market not be enough. Okay, the next startup I do, right, don't make the same mistake.
Right. Okay, so
go for a big enough one.
Yep.
But the second one tell me that, hey, I'm not interested in this, I'm not passionate towards this thing. So the lesson is the third startup, right, you do something that you are passionate and interested in.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I've also made some leadership mistakes in running my company. Yeah. Of course, when the mistakes are realized, it's embarrassing. Yeah, but I don't want to give up being a leader.
Right.
Yeah. So instead of like going back to the same methods, I need to evolve internally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So that's what I mean by don't give up.
I see. Okay, if you can go back to the day before you launched Yummy Bros with your co-founders, right? Judging by what you know now, is there anything, or if you could do just one thing differently back then, what would it be and why?
One thing.
Yeah.
Okay, honestly, I will not go and change anything. Not saying that our journey was perfect or what.
Yep.
But I think all the things that we did wrongly, right, actually turned out to be mistakes that help us to learn. Yeah. So without doing all those things, we won't have the learnings of today. Yeah. Like if I don't make any of the leadership mistakes that I made, right, then I also cannot receive the feedback and change who I am also. Yeah.
That's true.
So that's why to answer your question, I won't change anything.
Right. So even maybe we don't think about you as a leader, right? But more in terms of maybe you could have done something differently so that you have achieved the same results faster, something like that.
Oh.
Yeah. If you just did this earlier, right, maybe you have achieved the same success but at an earlier rate.
I think I would have been a bit more careful, right, in what platform I use for our e-commerce website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
be more careful. I would choose something that was more scalable.
Shopify?
I should have gone for Shopify.
So now the domain that you use is not based on Shopify lah.
Now it is a custom built website.
Right. So from scratch, you just code the HTML, you code everything from scratch.
In the beginning, we use a WooCommerce, WordPress combination.
Yep.
Then from there, actually that was what slowed us down a lot. Yeah. If we had used something that was more scaled up, more advanced, right? We would have advanced faster lah.
Correct. But then again, that's something that you all probably won't think about back then, because you were just starting out and you wanted to get something out there. So you wouldn't have thought about all these different hurdles that you will come across in the future back then.
Correct.
I see. Okay, nice. Can you also talk about your learning journey as an entrepreneur over these few years, right? Given your experience in the past 8 years in growing Yummy Bros as your third venture, I would say, can you tell us maybe top 3 lessons that you have learned throughout your experience with this industry and your business? If you cannot give 3, maybe just 1 or 2, something that resonates with you very well.
Okay, one thing about being very flexible with your thinking, being very adaptable with your thinking, I think this is something that you actually need to practice lah. And it's one of the lessons that I've learned lah. So I noticed that sometimes when you speak to people tend to have extremist views. Do you think this is good? Not good. Then another person will be like, extremely good. Yeah, but I think if you want to be an entrepreneur, right, you need to be able to be very fluid,
right,
and think across the spectrum of things. Because the reality of the world, right, is things is not 0 and 1.
Yep.
Things is not black and white.
Yeah.
I like to joke, actually the world is 50 shades of grey. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And when you can think like that, right, then you will become very flexible.
Yeah.
You become more adaptable. Yeah. So that's one lesson that I learned.
Yeah.
Then the second thing that I learned is it brings me back to the giving up part. Yeah. If you want to be determined, you want to have the perseverance, right? You also need to couple this with being quite strategic. Don't do the same thing and expect a different result. Yeah. And the third lesson I would say that was very important for me is actually boring is good. So I think in the media there's a lot of hype over like the startup world. There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of highs and lows and all, right? So people tend to, maybe for me previously I tend to have very high emotions and very low emotions. Actually, this can cloud your thinking as a founder, as an entrepreneur, and as a CEO especially. So it's very important to adopt a very consistent, a very boring kind of emotion level.
So that means you don't be swayed by different events that happen, or?
Like, you try to look at things very objectively. And when good things happen, right? Okay, I like to use basketball as an analogy because I play as a shooting guard.
Love it.
Yeah. When I make a basket, right, I don't make a big deal out of it. It's just a basket made.
Right.
When I miss a shot, right, I don't make a big deal out of it. It's just a missed basket. We look forward to the next one.
Right.
Yeah. So in business, it's the same thing. If we have a very good month, right, let's not celebrate it. We just acknowledge that the month was good. Maybe we try and figure out how come it was so good. Then we take the lessons moving forward. If, let's say I make a mistake, then I ask myself why I made this mistake. Then I learn, then I move forward. Like, don't make a big deal. Yeah, just be consistently boring.
Okay, nice. As I interview people like yourself, right, I also want to understand and see what the future holds for your company. So, I think before I move on to that, I want to ask you, right, Gerald, what is the specific impact that you actually want your brand to have on your customers' lives from now, or whenever they purchase from you? What is the impact that you want to achieve with them?
I want them to know that they are eating healthily now, and they can enjoy the process of it because of us. I want them to know that time has been saved, effort has been saved. They don't have to go through all this trouble. And that's how you truly enjoy something, you know. It's, you don't have to think so much. You just eat only.
Okay. And do you think, based on your experience in this industry so far, right, do you think you have already achieved that? Or is it still something that
you are working towards to? So for example, I know on your website it says that you all have prepped more than like 1 million meals for Singapore already, right? Using that as a benchmark, with more than 300,000 customers served so far, what do you think the next step for Yummy Bros is, and where do you see yourself in, maybe let's do at the end of 2026?
I think there's still a lot more to be done here. We still want to scale with quality.
Right.
I think that there are quite a lot of potential customers who we have yet to touch, their lives. So that would be our focus this year. Continue to do what we've been doing.
Are you able to share some customers that you are referring to? Like maybe somebody who you have yet to reach out to, but it's a potential segment for you to enter?
Yeah. So a lot of our customers are the
gym rats.
Yeah, the gym rats,
right.
The fitness enthusiasts, the health conscious. Where the group of people that I really want to touch is the bunch of people that I talked about in the beginning of this interview, which is the busy professionals, but people who are too occupied with work,
right,
to take care of their own well-being. Because I think we can really help a little bit. And I think that this little bit can go a long way in their mental health, their physical health,
definitely.
Their dieting. So that's who we want to reach out to.
Is there already a plan that you have in mind to actually reach out to these people, or how do you think? I don't know whether you thought about this, but what do you think is the best way to reach out to this group of people?
We try advertising to them.
Like just Facebook and Instagram?
Meta, Google Ads. But I think these people are too busy for social media.
That's true.
Yeah. So
it's still a question mark for you now,
we have some ideas. We have some ideas. Yeah. We have not executed them yet, so I cannot say much.
I see.
But we want to reach out to them. Of course, it will help us to increase our market share.
Right.
But more importantly is we want to have that same impact. We want them to have an easier time eating healthily.
Right. Okay. Speaking of which, right, like you say you want to have more market share, I think it brings me back to the question, what do you think about your competition thus far in the industry? Like, if let's say somebody else were to tell you that they want to enter the industry now, right? Like, are you somebody that actually welcomes competition? Or are you somebody that will be kind of guarded and like, okay, how do I take the next step from here?
I like to see business like how I see sports. I think it's good to have competition.
Right.
They can inspire us to become better, improve our quality, improve our offerings, and also our mission is an enjoyable diet.
Yep.
If you everyday eat my one, shiok meh?
Okay, that's true.
Cannot be. Yeah. And we also don't want to force you to everyday eat our one.
Okay.
Yeah. So if there are other players also that can provide healthier options, good tasting meal preps also, please make your eating more holistic.
Right.
Sometimes you eat meal prep, and that sometimes maybe most of the time is Yummy Bros. But sometimes please eat
20% is something else. 80% still with us.
Yes. Then on the weekends, right, please go and eat out.
Yeah.
Have your cheat meals, enjoy with your family.
Right.
That's because to us enjoyment is our mission.
Yeah. That's nice to hear. I think my last question to you, I've seen from your website as well as the history of Yummy Bros, right? I think your brand has been consistently involved with like different causes in Singapore. I think more towards the healthy eating causes as well as like progressing as a healthy nation. What can we expect of Yummy Bros in 2026, right? Where you actually support more of these causes.
You like to eat McDonald's?
I guess so.
Yeah,
sure. I do. McSpicy once in a while.
Yeah.
I don't feel guilty.
I like to go to a McDonald's branch and order through their kiosk.
Okay.
Because at the end, right, you can choose to donate. You know, you can round up your order value, right, to the next nearest dollar. You can donate to the charity that they have selected.
Correct.
Yeah. So what we are going to explore next is to work with a charity. We will commit to them for 6 months to a year, and we will put in our checkout page something similar.
Oh, okay.
Like, do you want to add maybe like $1 or round up to the nearest dollar?
Yeah.
So that you can support this particular charity.
Right.
So we are thinking of 3 charities lah. We are in the midst of going to meet with them, talk to them, because we want to understand how will the funds be used, so that we can be accountable to our customer.
Correct.
Yeah. So we're thinking of food from the heart.
Okay.
Yeah. We're thinking of willing hearts, and last one is Sport Cares by Sport Singapore.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's nice.
More specifically, Sports Care, they run sports program for youth at risk.
Right.
Yeah. But that's all I can share now, because we are still trying to get in touch with them to learn more about what they do.
As well as how the funds will be used for.
Correct.
For them also.
Yeah.
Would this be something that we can share with the audience? Is this
Sure.
okay?
We hope to get this live as soon as possible.
Okay, great. Thank you for sharing, by the way.
Welcome.
I think your last words, I think before we end off this segment, right? Thank you so much for being here on this channel again. We
thanks for
really,
having
really
me.
appreciate it. Would you like to share some last word with people who are watching, or in this case, the 9 to 5 people who are too busy to buy from Yummy Bros? Anything you want to share to them, you can just say it to the camera right here.
Yeah. Let me try and save you some time to eat healthily.
It must be more than that. How do you want to get them to help you, you know?
I will let my brand and the product speak for itself.
Wow. Nicely said. Great. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of What It Takes, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.